ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। अभ्रमं भङ्गरहितं वचनं विमलं सदा आनन्दतीर्थमतुलं भजे तापत्रयापहम्। चित्रे पदैश्च गम्भीरै वाक्यैर्मानैरखण्डितैः गुरुभावं व्यञ्जयन्ती भाति श्रीजयतीर्थवाक्। अर्थकल्पितकल्पोऽयं प्रत्यर्थगजकेसरी व्यासतीर्थ गुरुर्भूयात् अस्मदिष्टार्थसिद्धये। जयति श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथस्य मदन गोपालः वक्ष्यामि यस्य कृपया प्रमेय रत्नावलीं सूक्ष्मं भक्त्याभासेनापि तोषं ददाने धर्माध्यक्षे विश्वनिस्तारि नाम्नि नित्यानंद अद्वैत चैतन्य रूपे तत्त्वे तस्मिन् नित्यम् आस्तां रतिर्नः आनंद तीर्थ नाम सुखमय धाम यतिर्जीयात् संसारार्णवतारिणीं यं यः जनाः कीर्तयन्ति बुधाः भवति विचिन्त्या विदुषां निरवकरा गुरुपरम्परा नित्यम् एकांतित्वं सीदयति ययोदयति येन हरितोषः। So yesterday we were discussing about the different pramanas, and primarily with the school of Vedanta accepts three pramanas: pratyaksha, anumana, and shabda. Other pramanas, how they are part of these three, that I had sent a I had sent a document just now. Sorry, I had sent a screenshot just now that gives a list of which school accepts which pramanas. So what we discussed yesterday was that pramana, yathartha jnana pramana, knowledge as it is pramana. So there are three types of pramanas. One is called pratyaksha, one is called anumana, and one is called shabda pramana. So indriya sannikarsha jannita jnana pratyaksha. The knowledge got by contact of sense with sense objects is called pratyaksha or direct perception. Then next is anumana pramana. Anumana pramana is what is that? Indriya sannikarsha pratyaksha anumana. I will suddenly I don't remember. Anumana pramana. Okay, and shabda pramana is apta vakya shabda. Okay, so apta vakya is the lakshana for nirdosha upapatti anumana, or the what is that, accurate logic by which we are deriving the output is called its upapatti is not exactly translated as logic, but we can use it as of now. This defect free, what is that, defect free perception is called sorry, analysis, defect free analysis is called anumana pramana, and apta vakyam shabda. So we observed that there are certain limitations for pratyaksha and anumana. They don't work for atindriya, something which is beyond our senses, like atma, paramatma, dharma, all these things. We cannot plan using pratyaksha, nor can we plan using anumana. So shabda pramana is essential. And among Shabdas, there are two, Paurushya and Apaurushya. Why are Apaurushya needed at all? See, suppose we have decided here that the meeting should be on Monday and Tuesday at 8 p.m. So, among so many people in the group, more than hundreds of people, very few are able to join. Others, some of them here in YouTube, many of them, they are not able to. So, we are not able to have a common consensus as to what is the best time to have the class. So similarly, there may be some thoughts between us, but it may be we might finally arrive at some common consensus that is agreeable to all the members of the group. But then there are other groups who have different ideologies, different thoughts, different processes, and we cannot develop common consensus with them. Let's say for all over India, we develop one common thing called Constitution of India. And this Constitution of India is a common set of rules for each Indian, which they are supposed to follow. Now, but the rules made for the people of India cannot be applied for Pakistan. They will not agree that we will follow your constitution or your rules. So again, if two countries differ, then they together have to make some rules. So like that, there is nothing common between all this. So what is there anything which is common across all? That is the question. So, for something to be common across all, it should be free from the four defects: Brahma, Pramada, Vipralipsa, Karnapato. Committing mistakes, tending to be illusioned, imperfect senses, and cheating propensity. So, these are the four defects of every Purusha. Any Purusha will have these four defects. So, Apurusha means which is not made by anyone, which is not created by anyone. So, that way it will be free from these defects. Now, the school of Nyaya says that there is a Purusha, the Supreme Lord Ishvara, who is perfect, who has no defects. And that is why Ishvara has created the Vedas. So that is what they believe. It doesn't, logically, they find it difficult to accept that there is something which is not created by anybody. So they want to attribute this creation of Vedas to Ishvara or the Supreme Lord. So many people think the same way, that it is ultimately the Lord who is the cause of all causes and the Lord who has written the Vedas. So Lord should be neutral, right? So Lord is indeed neutral to everyone. Samoham sarvabhuteshu namaye deshosti nipriya. No doubt about that. But it has been observed that in the form of great personalities like Buddha and Rishabha, he has indeed misguided people. He has told people to reject the Vedas. Veda apramana. That's what in the form of Buddha he said. So he has misguided people. Okay, you may say that he has misguided demons, he has misguided atheists, but at least one thing is that we are not accepting his instruction, right? Buddha has said reject the Vedas. He is the supreme personality of Godhead. But why are we rejecting the Supreme Lord's instructions? Because the Supreme Lord is telling to reject the Vedas, so we are rejecting the Supreme Lord. So that means that Vedas have so much power, so much importance. Even when Supreme Lord tells that we should reject the Vedas, we are not rejecting, because these Vedas are not manufactured by him. These Vedas eternally exist with him. Lord is eternal, soul is eternal, the sky is eternal, Akasha is eternal. Similarly, it comes in Brahma Sutras that Akasha is also Nitya, it is eternal. Similarly, the Vedas are also eternal. They have not been created at any point of time. They always exist with the Lord. So, in an attempt to make Lord the cause of all causes, and in an attempt to define that Lord is a cause of everyone, then we will be forced to succumb to the idea that Lord as Buddha is also giving something which is equal to Vedas. Because if the Lord has if the Lord has spoken the Vedas, and if he has created the Vedas, he has also created the statement that Vedas are apramana or they are not pramana. So are we willing to accept that logic? We are not willing to accept that, right? So definitely, at least minimum, one thing we should understand is we are discriminating. We are discriminating even within the instruction of God. Now, this is a very important thing because somewhere we are accustomed to taking shelter of a Purusha. We want some authority above us whom we believe as final. For example, Supreme Lord. Okay. Now Supreme Lord is accepted. Now Supreme Lord's representative, the Acharya, is accepted. The spiritual master is accepted. That's all very good. No doubt about that. But then we sometimes tend to accept my Shiksha Guru, my Diksha Guru, my senior devotee, my this devotee. Similarly, why don't you accept me then? When I am saying all these things, why don't you accept me as an authority? So some people may say I accept you as an authority, but can you guarantee that I don't have these defects? Can you say that when a statement I am making, that statement is free from these defects? You have to test it, right? So uh, that means that somewhere that testing thing is there. So if to make it simple, the Vedic authority says no Purusha. It is just Apaurushya. Vedas are eternally existing in human society. No need to assign Purusha to the Lord has kept it like that. Lord could have taken responsibility of becoming the author of it, but he did not want to. It is frequently quoted that the Supreme Lord has, through his breathing, given the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharvana Veda, and other Itihasas and Puranas. This shloka is frequently quoted by those who are followers of the Nyaya school and some other Vedantins also who prescribe to this idea that the Lord has breathed out the Vedas. Indeed, the Lord has breathed out the Vedas, but Nitya Veda Samastascha Samsthita Vishnu Buddhiga Sarge Sarge Praliyanti. After every creation, the Lord breathes out the Vedas. When it gets destroyed, when the Pralaya happens, the Vedas go back and are stored in the memory of the Lord. So Lord's memory is like an infinite hard disk. The Vedas are stored, the Puranas are stored. Next day, again, the Lord emanates the Vedas, and along with that, Puranas come, and Veda Vyasa writes the Puranas. So those Puranas are Paurushya, whereas Vedas are Apaurushya. Means the form of the Puranas will be different, meaning will be the same. Whereas in Vedas, it is not the case. It will be the same. Form is also the same, meaning is also the same. So now every different new Purana, new version of the Purana that comes, it will eventually after Pralaya be stored in the intelligence of the Lord. So in this way, Lord is the transfer medium. Just like from one laptop you transfer data to a hard disk or to another laptop, we use a small portable hard disk or a pen drive. So that copies from this and transfers it there. So Lord is like that. From one kalpa to another kalpa or from one Brahma to another Brahma, the Vedas have to be transferred and Lord is the transfer medium. So these shlokas should not be understood to mean that the Lord has created the Vedas, because if that is the case, if Lord in the form of Haigriyava created the Vedas during this kalpa, then you have to explain what was there in the previous kalpa or what was there during previous Brahma. If a different Veda was there at that time, that means Veda no more remains Apaurushya, because that was different, this is different. So Vedas are also changing. So if Vedas are all changing, how can we rely on that? So that is why Vedas are Apaurushya. They are coming through the revelation of the Lord to the different rishis, and that is coming in a Guru Parampara. That Shruti is hearing, and through the process of hearing, it is coming in a Guru Parampara. We discussed the importance of Parampara. So this is an important thing to understand. Now, this one Veda is divided into four: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharvana Veda by Veda Vyasa. His name was Krishna Dvaipayana. Krishna Dvaipayana was his name. Actually, there are many Vyasas. In every millennium, in every Kalpa, different Vyasa comes. And once upon a time, Parashar Muni was also a Vyasa. He also. So anyone who is empowered to bring the Vedas in a written form and divide it properly, he is Vyasa. And so in every time, a different Vyasa comes. But this time the Vyasa who is come, he is Narayana himself. He is the Sakshat Narayana, Supreme Lord. That is given in the Tattva Sandarbha by Jeev Goswami. So this Narayana himself as Vyasa came and he divided the Veda into four: Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharvana Veda. And each Veda is further divided into four: Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka, and Upanishads. Samhita is essential for brahmacharis to memorize so that they will be utilized later in future. Then Brahmana is utilized for yajnas. Once you have memorized the Vedas, you should know practically when to apa upasprishya. You should know where to wash the hands. So all these instructions are there in the Brahmana section. Then once Grahastha Ashrama is over, you go to Vanaprastha, you have to reduce your bodily necessities. So for that, austerities should be performed. All the details of the austerities and vratas are given in the Aranyakas. So they are helpful for Vanaprastha life. Similar, finally, we have to completely develop detachment from material affairs. And that complete detachment is possible through Upanishads. They are like cutting. They cut our attachment from material life. So Upanishads are most important. So these are the different divisions of the Vedas, and all of them are important for human society. Sometimes some schools think that only Upanishads are important. We have discussed that earlier. No, it's not like that. Upanishads definitely give a direct method of purification, but then there are other processes, the mediated processes. Process, if you do something and then you purify. So that mediated process is possible through the yajnas which are directed by the Samhita, Brahmana, and Aranyaka. And in this way, through Vedic rituals, they are gradually purified. So that is also a genuine way of purification. Among these pramanas, the highest authority is Shruti, and next highest is Smriti. Okay, and Brahma Sutras are also important. Shruti, Smriti, and Brahma Sutras. Smriti and Brahma Sutras are on an equal level, and Shruti is higher because these two are Paurushya and the other is Apaurushya. But having said that, Vedas cannot be understood independently. Vedas are like a ocean. So, because they are ocean, they cannot be understood independently on their own. They require help. Itihasa Puranabhyam Vedam Samupabramait. To understand the Vedas properly, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavata, and other Puranas, they are very important. Because without this, we cannot understand the message of the Vedas. So even Brahma Sutras are important. Brahma Sutra Padeshchaiva Hetu Madbir Vinishita. What is to be done, what is not to be done, they are properly understood using the Brahma Sutras. So that is why the position of Brahma Sutras is also important. Yesterday we discussed something called Akartrukatva Prasiddhatvam, or the Vedas are famous as not being written by anybody. So Vedas are eternal, and there lies that thing. It is well accepted that they are not written by anybody and they are beginningless. So if anyone challenges saying that Vedas have an author, then they have to prove it. That who is the author, what are the details. They have to get into the Vedas, study it, and they have to prove it. In absence of that, well accepted fact that Vedas are eternal still remains. So the burden of proof is on them. Now, there is one more thing. Mm, Vedas you accept as pramana. You are telling us to accept Vedas as pramana. What is the proof that Vedas are pramana? What is the proof that Shabda is pramana? Pratyaksha, Anumana, we accept. What is the proof that Shabda is pramana? So, this is also a question which people generally ask. How can I believe in some books? Correct. Now, this clearly shows ignorance about Pramana Shastra. We don't know anything about the path of proofs or the process of proof. We should understand first the process of proofs or the process of Pramana Shastra. Then we will understand this. When you are seeing some object, so let's say you are seeing a fan somewhere or you are seeing a bag somewhere. Now, suppose somebody asks, where is the bag? What will you say? You will say, there is the bag. What is the proof that bag is there? How will you answer this question? What is the proof that bag is there? Yes. How will you answer this question? What is the proof that bag is there? Tanvi Mataji, can you tell me? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, can you repeat the question?
I see a bag there. I will tell somebody that there is the bag. Correct? Now, if he asks a question, what is the proof that bag is there? What is the answer to that?
So I don't have a very good answer to that, but so there are also lakshanas of those purushas who are realized or who have experienced that thing, which whatever they are thing, which is transcendental to our senses.
No, no.
So
We are seeing a bag in front of our eyes. There is a
yeah,
bag kept there. Okay.
yes,
I am seeing the bag and I tell somebody the bag is kept there. Now somebody will question, what is the proof that bag is there? How will you prove that the bag is there?
by looking it once, like
I am seeing it.
by
No? I am
yes,
seeing that the bag is there. That seeing itself is a proof, correct?
yes.
Now somebody who is too smart will ask, you are seeing it. Can you prove that you are seeing it?
Then you will describe the color and shape of the bag.
Yeah, correct. But ultimately, the seeing itself is a proof. If I am seeing it, I don't need a second proof to prove that already what I am seeing. Yes. Is that not the way the pramanas work?
Yes,
Suppose I needed a second proof, then for that second proof, I needed a third proof. For that third proof, I would need a fourth proof. And that would go into infinite regression. In reality, things don't work like that. You see it and you accept it, that it's genuine. Correct. Sometimes it can happen that your eyes are faulty. If your eyes are faulty, you're not seeing it properly. That time it's our responsibility to correct our eyes and see it properly. Wear glasses or clean our eyes and see it properly. So wrong information can be got because of our defects. But right information comes on its own. If it doesn't require our effort, the right information comes on its own to our eyes. Got a point? The wrong information can be because of our defects of senses, but the right information is revealed on its own. So, knowledge is revealed on its own. Knowledge doesn't require our effort. Ignorance or wrong understanding will be because of our efforts. Are you getting this point?
isn't it the reverse way? Like we are naturally in agyan and we do efforts to get the knowledge, right?
No, simple. A bag is in front of me. Correct.
Yeah, but to know that this is called as a bag or this is a bag, then we need efforts, right?
No, at least something I get to know. Let's say a pot is kept there. I may
Hmm.
not know that it's called a pot, POT. A child may not know, for example. But at least it will get a relief that, I can drink water in this. Something, some knowledge is revealed on its own.
Okay, yes. So this statement is fine, agree. But what about, like you said, that to be in Agyan needs effort? How is that
No,
possible?
no, no. What I'm saying is that if our senses are not proper, if our eyes are not seeing properly, then we will get wrong knowledge. So the
Yes.
knowledge itself is not coming wrong. It is the fault of my eyes that the wrong thing came inside. It was not the fault of the knowledge itself. Are you getting it?
Yes, yes.
The pot or the bag or the fan is revealing itself to me that I am fan, I am pot. Because my eyes are faulty, I am getting the wrong information. Correct? So similarly, the Vedic knowledge or the Shabda Pramana, it reveals itself to us. Ignorance is because of our fault, not because of the fault of Shastra. You cannot say that to prove Shastras something else is required. Shastras are good enough in themselves to prove it to us. Ignorance
But
is because of our fault, and we have to rectify that ignorance to understand the Vedas.
But Prabhuji, here I have a question that the example which you gave of the pot or a bag or a fan, anything. So we are naturally endowed with these senses from our birth by which we can perceive the knowledge. But we don't have this natural endowment from birth to know the Vedas. So we
Very
need
good
to
question.
do a bit extra effort for knowing them.
Yeah, I will tell you something. Uh, Suppose you see some four things in the house today, and 3 4 days you see the same thing. Then fifth day there is a power cut. You will know that that thing is there even without seeing it, because it will be registered in something called Sakshi. In our body, there is something called Sakshi or Atma, where it will be registered that knowledge is there. So when we see something in our house, we will know that that thing is there.
Prabhuji's voice is not coming.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, there was some network problem. I hope you are all able to hear me now.
Yes.
Okay, just a minute. I will get back to the topic. See, uh, our senses are equipped to gain the knowledge which is got by perception. Similarly, the Sakshi or the soul is equipped to gain the knowledge which is got from Shastras naturally. Okay, so what I'm telling you is definitely our effort is required, but our effort is required because just like our eyes are not good, we require to buy purchase glasses and wear them. Similarly, because we are contaminated, so to clear the contamination so that the Vedic knowledge comes naturally, we have to put effort. But the Vedas themselves are not faulty in the sense that they require second proof to prove them. They are naturally revealing it to us. Just that we have to clear ourselves to make way for that knowledge. Just like we have to clear our eyes to make way for proper perception. Similarly, we have to clear our hearts to make way for proper knowledge. But the knowledge itself doesn't require second proof. You don't require to prove that Vedas are pramana. Vedas are swatah pramana. They are pramana on their own. That is the understanding. Does that now make sense or any doubts in that?
Yes, yes.
You are able to hear me, no?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yes. So this is
And we
a
and we are
revolutionary idea.
eternally in avidya, right?
Sorry.
We are eternally in that position, right? In eternal avidya.
Yeah, since time immemorial, we are into that avidya, and we have to rectify it. And for all rectifying that, all these different vidhis are given. So,
Yes.
so Vedas are Swata Pramana. They don't require a second proof to prove that they are genuine. They are proof in themselves. Okay. So that is the thing we have to understand. Now, the followers of Buddha will not agree with this. They'll say Vedas have so many faults. How can we accept them? So they'll make a list of three prominent faults. One is called Swavyahati dosha. They contradict themselves. Okay. So how do they contradict themselves? In some shlokas it says Ati Ratre Sholdrusham Grunami and Nati Ratre Sholdrusham Grunami. At some places they say that the pot of nectar, the pot of Somarasa that comes, it should be held during the night. And in some other scriptures they say it should not be held during the night. Udite Juhoti, Anudite Jyoti. For some, at some Shastras, it says that you have to do yajna during the day. And in some Shastras, they say that you have to do yajna during the night. So what is this? They are contradicting themselves. So they have the dosha called Swavahati, means they contradict their own self. Sometimes they say you do yajna during the night. Sometimes they say you do during the day. And second thing is Swavihati dosha, Punarokti dosha. We see in Vedas they say Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. What is the need of saying three times Shanti? I mean, once if you say, is that not enough? Will Shanti not happen if you say once? So, I mean, maybe what happens is when a person is not a good orator, he uses them. I mean, I think all this. Why? I mean, I think is repeated because he is not a good orator. So looks like the Vedas are not done properly. So that's why they have these faults that Shanti, Shanti, Shanti is repeated. Okay. So that is one thing. And second thing is Swavihati dosha. Then one more thing is that mm, uh, what is that? Andhatattva dosha. Andhatattva dosha means it gives false information. They say. They claim that Vedas give false information. So, what false information do Vedas give? Uh, it is mentioned that Putra Kameshti Yajna, if it is done, then you will get a child. So, many people they believe this thing, they do Putra Kameshti Yajna and they don't get child at all. So, that is why it's just giving false promises. And that is why it has this dosha of Andhutattva. So these are the three objections that they do. Andhatattva, Vyaghata and Punarokti dosha. The faults. But the followers of Vedas or the Vaishnava Acharyas question this thing. That you say that Vedas have Andhatattva dosha or falsehood. Are you sure that the Putra Kameshti Yajna was done properly? The proper mantras were chanted, the proper deities were invoked, the proper ahuti was done. It reached the deities properly. The offerings were reached properly. The attitude of the performer and the attitude of the yajamana was right. Are you sure about all these things? If all these things are proper, definitely the result will be there. They will receive a good child. But then, can you prove that they don't have these defects? We cannot say. So you cannot use this as a proof to say that Vedas are faulty or they give falsehood. First of all, you should be sure that you have done the yajna properly. Then you will get the result. Then next, Swavyahati dosha. Udite juhoti, anudite juhoti. Some say yajna has to be done during the day. Some say the yajna has to be done during the night. So what is this? They are self-contradictory. They are not at all self-contradictory. They are for two different types of people. Even today, if you see, there are some sampradayas in which they do Agnihotra Yajna during the day. Whereas there are some sampradayas, they do yajna during the night, agnihotra homa during the night. So that is sampradaya specific. So these instructions are for different sampradayas, for different people, different adhikaris. So you cannot say that they are self-contradictory. They are for two different people. And similarly, punarukti dosha, om shanti, 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 repetition. So in our day-to-day dealings, don't we repeat things? When we are teaching shloka to somebody, the student repeats again and again. And when we want to say something repeatedly to convince the other person that you must do it, must do it, must do it, must do it, don't we repeat? So these are day-to-day practice. In our own experience, what do you think? Repetition is there or no? So under those circumstances, if Vedas are, repetition is there, do you think it's a grammatical error? Then our repetition will also be a grammatical error. So it is common sense that some things have to be repeated for better understanding. So that is why these things should be understood, that Vedas don't have any fault in them. They are completely perfect. So one more objection that comes in this regard is that Vedas are anadi, you say. They are since beginning, since time immemorial. When I speak for the first time, when I chant the mantra Sahasra Purush, Sahasra Shirsha, Purushas Sahasrakshas, Sahasrapat, or Hiranyavarnam, Harinim, Suvarna Rajatasrajam, I'm chanting the mantra, right? The sound is coming from my mouth. So when the sound is coming from my mouth, is this sound eternal or not? If you say it is eternal, then you are stuck, because this sound just now came. Before this sound came, this sound did not exist. So when I chant a varna, the alphabet or a word, these words are not eternal. They have come from my mouth just now. So if I chant the Vedas, that means the Vedas are just generated from my mouth. So how can you say that they are eternal? This is one of the questions that are asked. So just a minute. How to answer this now? So it is basic thing. Actually, it is basic common sense that when I see a small boy called Devadatta, today I meet him in Kashi, and after we separate, he goes to his house, I go to my house, he goes to his village, I go to my village. 20 years later, I am in Kanchi, and there I met this Devadatta. He's grown up, he's grown so big. Will I not say that he is the same Devadatta? Oh, you are the same person whom I met 20 years ago. You are a small boy. Will I not identify him with the same personality? So similarly, when I'm chanting the mantras, the words that are chanted, they are the same words, just that they have now come from my mouth. They are eternal sound vibrations, just that now they have come from my mouth. If not me, somebody else would have chanted, it would have come from his mouth. So it is the same eternal Vedas that are coming through different people's mouths, just like this Devadatta, the same Devadatta who came here. The personality is the same, just that now I describe him in a different way, that he is a grown up boy and he's grown up big like that. So similarly, Vedas are eternal. They are always existing in human society, and they are the ultimate source. They are the Moola Pramana. What happens is that every sampradaya has a Dharma Guru. And we have a tendency to accept that Dharma Guru as a perfect Pramana. He is a Sarvajna, he is all knowledgeable. For the example, the Buddhists say Buddha is all knowledgeable. We accept Buddha as a Pramana. The Jains say that Jina is all knowledgeable. We accept him as a Pramana. Somebody may say Patanjali is all knowledgeable. Somebody may say Manu is all knowledgeable. So somebody may say Ashtavakra is all knowledgeable. So everyone will have their own personalities who are considered all knowledgeable, and we accept them as pramana. They are sarvadnya. We don't need anyone. Somebody may say my Guru Maharaj is all knowledgeable, or my Acharya is all knowledgeable. So I don't need any, I don't need to study the Vedas, because this authority is the pramana. He is perfect. So what do you think about this? argument. Is it right? Is it wrong? What is any problem with this argument? What is it?
So, if one is accepting one's guru or any acharya who is coming in a proper parampara, we also say that Sakshat Samasta Shastra, like he is personification of the Shastras. Like we also say Grantha Bhagavat and Bhakta Bhagavat. So, there is no difference in them because they are
Mm,
saying the same thing. One is coming through paper and one is coming through Shruti. So,
mm.
there is no fault in accepting either the pramana of acharyas.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody else would like to comment on this? Anything else? So think about this. Why do we accept the Acharya's words as perfect?
Also, Prabhuji, one more thing is that uh, if we directly go for reading the Vedas or any books, we will interpret it through our subjective mindset, and those who are realized can give a proper interpretation of those words.
Yes, that we already discussed previously in the Amala Bhakti
Yes,
Istatat Sadhanam, in the section of
yes.
pure devotional service, the importance of Guru. Because without Guru, we cannot understand this. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha guru tasyaite katite hyarte prakashante mahatmana. All these things are revealed only if we have devotion to Guru. Without devotion to Guru, this Shastric knowledge is not revealed. Absolute, no doubt about that. Here, the question is slightly different. The question is, when the Guru comes, does does it happen that the Vedas are not needed?
No, because they are propagating the Vedas only.
Hmm, correct. The Gurus are ultimately propagating the Vedas only. Good point. Anybody else?
If there is any conflict, what Guru is saying and what Shastra is saying, then we should
Hmm,
accept what Shastra is saying as highest pramana.
hmm.
Ideally, the Guru is supposed to follow what Shastra says. Prabhuji.
But Mataji mentioned one point that how are we sure that otherwise we will do according to our interpretation? So if Guru is saying something and Shastra is saying something else, it what is the guarantee that Guru's interpretation means our interpretation is making us think that something else and Guru's understanding may be right? You got my question?
Yes, Prabhu. So
Yeah,
in
these
that
are
case,
very critical issues. These Pramana Shastra has to be understood perfect. Then only our basic foundation will be clear. Without understanding Pramana Shastras, we will always miss out on certain things. That is why these things should be discussed in detail. Yes, bro.
so in that case, we need to verify Guru Sadhu Shastra.
Mm.
Certainly, we see the character of the Guru and we see the character of a Vaishnava, how he is following his guru, his own guru, and that way we come to the conclusion that whatever he's speaking is in line with the statements from the Shastras. So we will not
Good point.
blindly.
No, good point that at least we should not blindly believe a guru. We should test his character and we have to accept it. It's one step forward. Sometimes what happens is, sometimes these exalted personalities would have said something which is a joke. Let's say you are bringing some quote of Prabhupada or some quote of previous Acharya where they had some casual friendly discussions with their disciples, and we just take that section and that contradicts the whole teachings of that Acharya itself or the whole teachings of Shastra itself. Just if you take that section, somebody came up with a letter saying that Prabhupada doesn't want anyone to initiate after him. So it can happen. So what is the benchmark to judge that what is accurate and what is not? We are with the problem. We are still stuck with the same problem that Shastra should be interpreted based on Guru's understanding, not independently. At the same time, Guru's teaching should be judged based on Shastra. So it's a circular loop that we are stuck in.
And I think a basic understanding everybody has, that what Shastra exactly is saying. And if Guru goes against the Shastra, then it is understood. And if it is something that which we are not able to clarify, or we are not able to understand, then we should approach that Guru and ask him to clarify. And that's the Guru's job, to make his
That
disciples
is
understand the Tattva.
that is the solution to this problem. When Krishna said, Imam vivasvate yugam proktavan aham avyam vivasvan manave prahur manu rikshvaka vivavit, in that time Arjuna said, Katham etad vijaniya. So how will I understand that you had instructed sun god? We are together, maybe some few years we have come to this earth. How will I understand that you are soul? But Arjuna did not challenge him, saying, you are false, you are cheating me. He just said that I am not able to understand, kindly explain. So Savijnanartham Sri Gurum Eva Vigachet Samit Panim Shotriam Brahmanishtam. Brahmanishta Guru will be there. We have to approach him humbly and submissively inquire. My dear Guru Maharaj, you are saying this, but Shastra says this. Now, if repeatedly Guru is not able to submit Shastric Pramanas for your this, he is just authoritatively telling, just you have to follow me. Whereas he doesn't present Shastra Pramanas repeatedly, fails repeatedly to do that, that time we have to side with Shastras. This is an important point we should understand, that nobody is beyond Shastras. So opportunity must be given by the disciple to the Guru to clarify this point. But if repeatedly there, that's why you see Prabhupada in his purports, he is always giving pramanas from Shastra, Kathopanishad, Mundokopanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, and Brahma Sutras and Puranas. So many references. Why he has to give? In fact, practically once upon a time, he was everything for the movement. If he says something, people would die for him. There was no need to take so much trouble to search so many shastras and write it in the purports. If whatever he had made the statements, everyone would just believe it. But did he follow that? No, he gave pramanas to establish each and every statement of his. That is the responsibility of the Guru. When we say Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam, he should have sufficiently heard the Shastras and he should establish things based on pramanas. Then his statements become valid. So when Guru is there, genuine Guru is one who established things based on Shastra Pramanas. And if you approach such a Guru with clarification, definitely he will clarify. There is no question of this. So suppose this argument that Buddhists gave, that Buddha is Sarvajna, he knows everything. So we accept him. Similarly, one may say, my Guru knows everything, so we'll accept him. Or my so and so Acharya knows everything, or Patanjali knows everything, Manu knows everything, so we'll accept them. The point is, he may know everything. Who is judging him? It is we who are judging him, and we don't know everything. So, because we don't know everything, we will never be able to judge him properly. Second thing is, even if he knows everything, there is no guarantee that he would have given something contextually. He would have given something as a matter of joke. He would have given something which was for a different situation. There is no way to verify that also. So, under all these circumstances, because Vedas don't have this problem, because there is no Purusha influence in them, we don't have this problem. That is why they are always considered as superior Pramanas. And so, every authority repeats these Vedas to establish the Pramana. So, if somebody comes tomorrow and asks us, Prabhuji, you have said this statement, where is the reference for that? No need to get offended. They are doing the right thing by asking. And the more they ask these questions, more we put effort to search the Shastras and get those evidences to give to others. So, they are actually helping us by becoming more and more purified, because we are going to search the Shastras and give Pramanas for others. So, definitely, there is absolutely no harm in humbly questioning about these things and verifying whether the Shastras are as per Pramana or no. So, in essence, the ultimate authority is Shastra. Very critical point to understand, because many a times these things are misled, especially in the Abrahamic religions, their thought process is that Muhammad is the topmost, Jesus is the topmost. What Muhammad says is perfect, final. What Jesus says is final. The speciality of Vedic system, Vedic epistemology is that Shastras are supreme and Shastras are aporusha. They are not done by anyone. So they are free from defects. So something that is free from defects is the ultimate pramana and everyone has to adhere to that. That doesn't mean that Acharya Vakyas are wrong. Okay. That doesn't mean that Acharya Vakyas, then what is the need for me also to give class? We are not Acharyas, but the point I'm telling is that if Vedas are the only pramana, then there is no need for us to also give class, or even our giving class can also be wrong. The point is that any message which is repetition of the Vedic message, that is also considered Vedic, that is also considered equal pramana. Vedas give certain message about the body, about the soul, about the Supreme Lord, about the different planets, Swargaloka, Maharloka, Tapaloka. All this information is given in the Vedas. Any Shastra, any Acharya, any personality who repeats this message, that message is also becoming a Pramana because it is in line with Shruti, it is not against Shruti. That is why Puranas are Pramana, Itihasas are Pramana, Brahma Sutras are Pramana, and the Acharya Vakyas like Shankaracharya, like Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Vishnu Swami, Nimbarkacharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura, Srila Prabhupada, all these Acharyas' words are also Pramana. Why they are Pramana? Because they are in line and they have not contradicted Shruti. They have not contradicted Shruti, that is why they are Pramana. So if this clarity is there, then anybody we meet in life, we can clearly test them whether they are basing their statements on Pramanas or they are basing their statements independent of Pramanas just on their position that I am your senior devotee, I am your so and so, follow me. So this is a critical point we should understand the beauty of Vedic epistemology, that it is perfectly free from all human defects or all Purusha doshas. Okay. So is this clear? Can I take some uh, 10 minutes more because now we are finishing this topic. We are winding up the topic. So that is why if I can, one or two things are there which I just add at the end. So it will be helpful. Okay.
Yes, Guruji, sure.
Sorry.
Yeah, sure, you can like take.
So Pratyaksha is acceptable if it is in line with Shruti. And daily experience is Pratyaksha, that is also Pramana. No doubt about that. So only thing is Pratyaksha, if it contradicts Shruti, if it contradicts Shastras, then we have to check once again whether our perception is proper or not. Anumana, logic, is also Pramana if it is in line with Shastra. If it is against Shastra, then it is just dry logic or Shushka. So that's not Pramana. So anything, because they are also Pramana if they are in line with Shastra. And Shastra are Swata Pramana that we already discussed. Okay. Smriti or the Puranas, Itihasas, Brahma Sutras, they are all written by individuals. They are written by Vyasa, but they are also pramana. Although they are paurusha, they are pramanas because they don't contradict shastras. Because they don't contradict shastras, they are also pramanas. So if somebody gives reference from Puranas, somebody gives reference from Brahma Sutras or Mahabharata, Ramayana, we must accept them as pramana because they don't contradict. Very important point, Baldev Vidyabhushan concludes this section by saying, knowledge about Supreme does not arise in those who do not know the Vedas, for the Supreme is taught through Upanishads. Therefore, the Vedas are considered the foremost kind of evidence. As stated in Shuddhi, Navedavin Manute Tan Brahmanam. The Brahantam, sorry. What he says in conclusion is that without the knowledge of Vedas, the knowledge of Supreme doesn't come. Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatriki Virivina Ekantiki Harer Bhaktir Utpatayu Kalpate. It is just a danger to the society if we don't base our knowledge of God based on Shruti Smriti and Purana. If we just base on sentiment, you will never get the knowledge of God. So Bhakti gives Jnana and Jnana gives Bhakti. So this sequence is there. Once you come to bhakti with Adav Shraddha, initial faith, you must gain knowledge. Once you gain knowledge about the Supreme Lord, then only we can advance in devotion. So this is a very essential component to understand God or develop love for Him. One who does not know the Vedas does not know the Supreme. That's what is mentioned in Taittiriya Brahmana, that we cannot know God without knowing the Vedas. I am asking you about the supreme person taught in the Upanishads. It is mentioned in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So the position of the Supreme Lord can be well established through the Upanishads, through the Shrutis, through the Shastras. So one thing is that all sections of Vedas are equally important. It's not that just the Upanishads are important, they are Brahma Vidya. All sections are important for all classes of people. So without Shastras, we cannot understand any of these things. And the Shastras, to explain them, requires a spiritual master. Because without spiritual master, we cannot understand, without service to spiritual master, without pleasing the spiritual master, the meaning of the Shastras will not be revealed to us. So a guru is also required. It's like a 3-track. Train moves on 2 tracks, correct? If one of the tracks is damaged, then the train will have accident. Similarly, the train of our life moves on 3 tracks: Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. We require the association of a Guru and service to him. 2 things are required in Guru. One is Shravana, hearing from a Guru. Third is Guru Prasada, satisfaction of the spiritual master. These 2 things are very essential to get the spiritual knowledge. Second thing is Sadhu. Not just Guru, other saintly persons are also required. Every time we may not have access to Guru. So we should also have connection with other saintly persons, develop a service attitude to them and receive their blessings. Tradition is also under Sadhu Parampara, Aitiya Pramana. So that is also, if it is in line with Shruti, that is also accepted as Sadhu Pramana. Third thing is Shastra. Shastras is the base of everything. So Shastras is also definitely required. So if our train runs on these 3 tracks simultaneously, then we are going properly. If one of the tracks is breaking, then it's a problem. So finally, Baldev Vidyabhushan concludes by again reciting the verse, Shriman Madhvamate Hari Paratara Satyam Jagat Tattvato Bhinna Jiva Gana Hare Ranuchara Nichocha Bhavangatah मुक्तिर्नैज सुखानुभूतिरमला भक्तिश्च तत्साधनम् अक्षादितृतीय प्रमाणमखिल आम्नायैकवेद्यो हरिः. So he finally submits this, his Baldev Vidyabhushana submits his writing in such a beautiful way. This Prameya Ratnavali contains the 9 jewel-like objects of knowledge written by Ananda Tirtha. They are 9 jewels, Ratnas. So it's a garland of 9 jewels, which we are all wearing today. We have got this opportunity to wear this beautiful garland, a beautiful necklace of 9 jewels. And these are given by the great Ananda Tirtha Muni. So he is a sannyasi, but he is giving us jewels and gems to wear. So these are the beautiful 9 gems. May those who are very intelligent attentively memorize it, is what Baldev Vidyabhushan writes. Finally, he ends with a beautiful prayer. Nityam nivasatu hridaye chaitanyatma murarirna niravadyo nivratiman gajapatir anukampaya yasya. So, there are 3 interpretations to this. I will read all 3 of them. May Lord Murari, whose transcendental form is pure consciousness, eternally reside within our hearts. By his mercy, Gajendra, the king of elephants, gave up his animal body and attained liberation. So Gajendra, the king of elephants, he was stuck in the mouth of a crocodile and they were fighting. But this Murari, Supreme Lord, came and delivered Gajendra. So similarly, that Murari eternally reside in our hearts. The second interpretation is that may Lord Murari, in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, eternally reside in our hearts. By his mercy, Gajapati Prataprudra was freed from all worldly passions and became absorbed in the happiness of love of Krishna. Maharaj Pratap Rudra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not even willing to meet him. He was saying, Vishay people, they are all materialistic people. A sannyasi should not meet. But he showed mercy and delivered him. He was a great devotee, Gajapati. He was just, Mahaprabhu was just testing. And finally, he delivered him. He liberated him. So, in this way, the same Murari reside in the hearts. The same Murari who in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reside in our hearts also. The third interpretation is also very beautiful. May Shri Rasikananda Murari. Murari means Rasikananda Murari. He is Rasikananda Murari Das. He is not the Supreme Lord, but he is a devotee. May Shri Rasikananda Murari, whose heart was filled, whose heart was fully fixed on Lord Chaitanya, always reside within our hearts. By his mercy, Gopal Das, the king of elephants, gave up his animal nature and became ecstatic upon serving the Lord. So this Gopal Das in the previous life during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, he would cook rice and half cooked rice he would serve the Supreme Lord. He would not negligence in service. Because of negligence in service, half cooked rice he would serve. And that too, lot of rice he would make it half cooked and serve, not just little by mistake one day. Regularly he would be negligent. So he was cursed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you will become an elephant in next life. You don't have this basic common sense. And that elephant, it was a mad elephant in the next life. Whomever it met, it was just damaging, it was killing people. Whoever approached the way, it was just killing them or creating disturbance everywhere. Now, when Rasikananda came, he saw this elephant. Everyone ran and they told him also, please run away. This elephant will destroy you. It will kill you. Please run away. But then what he did, he stood in front of the elephant and he said, what are you doing? Do you think that you are an elephant? You are a spirit soul. He gave spiritual knowledge. Immediately the elephant became submissive and it became surrendered to him. Then he put a garland of Tulsi Mala on him and he gave an initiation and he gave him an initiated name Gopal Das. Finally, this Gopal Das did extraordinary service in temple, carrying the temple deities and other things. So, like that, Rasikananda Murari was able to deliver an elephant also. We hope that our elephant-like nature be delivered by getting these Navaratnas, these beautiful gems. We started with a Mangalacharana where we remembered the three deities. Which are the three deities? Anybody remembers? First is Radha Madana Mohan. Second is Radha Govinda. And third one is Radha Gopinath. So, Sri Govinda, Gopinatha, Madana Mohan. So, these three are the principal deities of the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So, initially he set the precedence that I am going to explain Madhvacharya's Navaprameyas with the Gaudiya understanding by offering prayers and understanding more clearly who are this Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govinda and Radha Gopinatha, the Gaudiya deities. They are deities of the whole world, but they have a Gaudiya Vishesha form, the special Rupa. We discussed all that in the process. And finally, at the end, we are again submitting ourselves to the same Murari, who in three different forms delivered three different people. So, uh, this is also a sign that the Lord can take different forms, but still not remain not compromise or become different gods. He is the same Supreme Lord, but he takes Vishesha Rupas or different special forms to deliver different devotees. So we hope that our elephant-like nature also be controlled by the Supreme Lord Murari, and this beautiful garland or this beautiful necklace of 9 jewels or 9 gems that are awarded to us by the great Ananda Tirtha through the great Baldev Vidyabhushana that are delivered to us, we do justice to it. We wear it properly in front of the society and we use it for the benefit of the society. I hope I will be delivered. I hope I will be benefited by discussing these few things. Please pray. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any doubts, any questions, any final comments? I have to send questions related to this. and certain topics also. You all can prepare on that, and once you prepare on that, we can have a discussion. It will be very interesting. In different sampradayas, once they finish certain books, they test the knowledge of the student by organizing such sessions, such seminars, or such discussions where they present their understanding, and then there will be question answer session that will help us perfect more. And if everyone is comfortable, I mean, I would personally recommend that we write an exam. I will formulate a paper which all can write and send it to me. So that will further enhance the knowledge of it. And model questions for that I will be sending. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Probably that is also possible, or as you said that we should have like they used to sit like in a charcha satra, or they also used to do like debates with opposite philosophies they used to put up.
Yes, yes,
So
yes,
that
Mataji. That
also
is
can
the
be
plan.
possible. Or you can
We
just test
definitely
our knowledge through.
We
Yes,
definitely should do that.
orally.
Here I have one student before me, my own son, who has heard these classes, and here online also some devotees have heard. We will definitely do that, and I would like to take the Purva Paksha and question, and in this way we will it will make it interesting. Definitely, we'll plan for that. We can take a next week break
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
study this subject matter, and then we can meet on this. So it will be interesting
Sure.
actually.
Yes. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Like you taught us so selflessly and it's so heartfeltly. I'm really indebted to you.
Yeah, I hope it was useful. The knowledge was beneficial.
Obviously, yes, a lot. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we'll wind up now. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Shri Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu ki jai. Shri Ananda Tirtha Muni Shri Madhvacharya ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thy God Premanandi Hari Bol.